What's up, guys? It's the Wolf. Today I wanted to kind of talk about this kind of state of Sony, the state of the console war, see what you guys think as well. What do you guys think? Do you think PlayStation is going to crumble to the fact that they're teetering on a PS3 era like pricing with tremendous PR fiascos, that hit the last year? So I don't know. Is it that big of a deal, or will Sony remain the victor of this generation without even having, a popular app like Game Pass to drive sales? Or maybe they will, finally get their PlayStation Plus tiers on par with the Xbox Game Pass with their extensive library that they never use, So these are all great questions, Also, who is going to be the leader in the PC gaming arena? Can Sony integrate to PC as well as Microsoft without a Game Pass platform to stand on? So I think it's going to be really interesting to see where these all go, because if you think about it right now, the PS5 price hike doesn't really matter in terms of sales, and it's selling really well right now. I think they're actually selling more than PS4, which is surprising, seeing that they had such a jump on Microsoft in the beginning of last generation. But yeah, they're selling like hotcakes. I think there's just more gamers in general this generation. But overall, I think it is like, with the shortage, this might be the best timing for a price hike, because you're not going to be able to find it on Amazon. It's not going to be listed in your suggested purchases or anything. You're not going to see it on websites. It's all gone. It's an invite only luxury item. It's not for everyone. So really, the only people going to get a PS5 that are a part of these sales, of course, are people that really want a PS5, which is crazy. So they're not going to not do it. The only thing that would kind of damage Sony is if Xbox and Xbox Game Pass were strong, and I don't think they're strong. I don't think they're strong enough to compete and take away sales from the PlayStation 5 at this point, because you don't got the games. Maybe next year or 2 years down the road, when they're pumping out Bethesda and Activision titles exclusively to Game Pass first for even 3 months, could drive some sales. So that's interesting. Maybe PlayStation Plus tiers will get better, and maybe there'll be a kind of a competition in that vein. But I think if the PlayStation Plus tiers did ever get on par, it would drive Sony sales massively. I do think if they put their extensive library on PlayStation Plus, that would be insane, and it would. Compared to Xbox Game Pass, if you really want to be real about it, of course they got most Xbox exclusives. That's there, but they got mostly they just got filler. There's a lot of filler. There's a lot of indie games, which there's nothing wrong with that. And for the price, you're basically paying $5 a month for demos of probably like 4 to 5 big titles a year that you're going to be interested in. Out of all the titles that they put on, you're at least probably going to be into 5. I'll say that. So it's not tremendous. Like if you had a PlayStation Plus tier that had every or just a vast amount of PlayStation titles that everybody loved, then it would be 20, 30, 40 games that people play. I don't understand why they don't integrate it. I don't know if they can, if it's troubling, but we'll just have to see. But I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting seeing where this goes. I think as sales go, I think the only competitive edge that Microsoft has is America. I'm really interested to see where it goes. The American market is going to be the smallest gap, and it's probably going to honestly determine the end of the, at least the American console war, where whose console is this nation's. Is PlayStation 5 the nation's console, or is it the Xbox Series X? And that's going to be really interesting to see. And it always is. When you see it on like the 360 generation, all Hollywood would put. I mean, occasionally you'd have a PS3 controller or game system, but for the most part it was 360, right? And then you get to PS4 and it's like they just fucking swapped it. And that was really funny. And so that's always something cool to look at. But I think overall, PlayStation 5 is going to outsell the Series X, and then also, are they going to bring it back down? And when are they going to bring it back down? Are they going to bring it back down a year from now, once the market kind of levels out a little bit, if it does in a year's time? Or is it going to take a couple years, kind of coincidentally, right when Activision and Bethesda titles are going to Game Pass, they bring it down to $450, something like that. That would be really interesting to see. So that's a thought. Also, Sony has a lot of their video games being developed into TV and movies. So you have Days Gone. I don't know if this is official, but the post I seen said it is a film. Could be, could not be. I don't know. But you got Gravity Rush is getting a film. The Last of Us is getting an HBO TV show. Ghost of Tsushima is getting a film. I heard it's black and white and going to be all Japanese. Twisted Metal is getting a Peacock TV show. Horizon Zero Dawn is going to Netflix. God of War is going to Amazon Prime. Gran Turismo is also getting a film. So they're going to be making money regardless of if the sales slow down because of a $50 increase, which honestly is not going to be like the whole. I don't understand it. The whole market right now, or not the market, the whole industry is freaking out saying how, it's trending that everything's going bad and everything is going to be bad and Sony's going to go down, and Microsoft is responding that they're not going to drop prices, and it's like, no shit, Microsoft isn't going to drop prices. Why would they do that? They would never. Like the whole industry right now is freaking out saying, that PlayStation is trending down and everybody is panicking, and Sony's getting a lot of bad press, and I don't understand why all of this is happening. Everybody's freaking the fuck out, and honestly, it's not that big of a deal. It's really not that big of a deal. I think they're gonna lose like 10-15%. 10-15%, and they're saying Xbox is, they just made an announcement. Nintendo and Xbox are both saying that they're not gonna up their prices, and it's like, no shit. Why would they do that? Why would they do that when they're losing? You cannot up your price when you're losing. You can only do that type of shit when you're balling out like Sony, bro. Like, they know that they have all these movies in development. They have massive exclusive that have huge fan bases. They're getting into the PC market. Their PlayStation Plus, if they ever get it going, could be potential. They're well off. They don't need to rely on that 10% of gamers that are going to be upset about it. So that's just being real. Plus, Microsoft has the bank, bro. They have the bank on their side. They have so much cash. They don't need to up the price. They don't need to up the price of anything. They can just eat that up. That's all they need to do. Just eat all of that up. If the economy is going bad, guess what? We eat the economy. That's the way Microsoft is. I'm not sure about Nintendo. I think Nintendo is their own entity. I also think Nintendo has a hardcore fan base. Just like more than just gamers. PlayStation and Xbox is a majority. We're a lot of gamers. But we don't squirt over Kratos like people do for Nintendo products. It's kind of like those amiibos, those little dolls or whatever. People buy shelves of those just to stack them. So I think Nintendo has garnered those type of people, which there's nothing wrong with that. My girlfriend loves Nintendo shit. I personally don't love Nintendo as much. I can appreciate it, but I think that they have garnered a direct audience that always, like, how do they keep the games of the prices of their games so high? $50 4 years later, that's insane. You need a hardcore, dedicated, kind of like luxury fan base. Kind of like the amiibos. People that can fork out hundreds of dollars on amiibos. Or, it's the same type of field, So, I don't know. Comment below what you guys think. Do you think this is going to be a game changer? Do you think Xbox is going to take back over just out of spite that they won't, up their price? This has been The Wolf. Peace.